everyone and welcome back on the channel. My name is Alex and we're here in the north of France for a half marathon. I'm gonna try to smash my PB today, having my last gel before the race, taking this out and then let's go! Cops, I'm going too fast. There's a cops. I went out a bit too fast. Maybe, no. Alright, we'll go back to the racing action, but first let's have a look at some Strava data. You have here my Strava on the screen, and what I wanted to show you is essentially how it went on the first half and then on the second half, and why it became a bit more difficult on the second half. So here you have kilometers and the grade adjusted pace. As you can see, very consistent through 11K, 334, 337, 36, 39, 39, 35, 34, 35, 35, 36, 36. And that was flat, that was on the canal. The surface wasn't the best, a bit gravel-ish type of surface. But, you know, straight, tailwind, not super strong, but tailwind. Around kilometer 3 or 4, I started running on my own, and I ran on my own until the finish of the race. I didn't manage to catch a group, or, you know, I just overtook 2 guys, I think. But what I wanted to show you is really the first half in control. The heart rate was very steady around that 182, 183 beats per minute. So right around my LT2 threshold, which is around that 183, 184 beats per minute. Very good. Good pacing. Everything was going well, and I'm going to show you quickly my training pics here. With the first half of the race, I averaged a normalized power of 311 watts, average power 310. That was my target, 310. Average heart rate 180. And this number here, the power to heart rate ratio, the 2.02% that you have right here, is a very good sign, meaning that my effort was aerobic. This is what you want for the half marathon, right below your LT2 threshold, and that's where I was. If I compare it against my half marathon that I did in October last year, the first half I was at 5.69% of that power to heart rate ratio, which means that I was slightly, you know, I was on the fence between my aerobic and anaerobic zone, sorry. So this was better today, and the average power back then was 308, so I gained a couple watts here with my stride pod. Things started to be a bit more difficult, at least in terms of terrain around kilometer 12. One first very steep climb just to go over a bridge, but basically going from the canal to the bridge, you have a very steep climb, very short, like maybe 30, 40 meters, 50 meters, but quite steep. And that kills a bit your leg already around kilometer 10, 11. And then one very long, steady climb that you can see here on the training peaks, a climb that basically was 1.42 kilometers, only climbing between kilometer 10.5 and 11.9 essentially. That's where here you see on my Strava that kilometer in 349, grade adjusted 340. That took me a bit off the pace. I was shooting for a 336 pace to go around 116 half marathon. I was shooting also for some watts, and that's my priority target. The watts, 310 watts, and then the pace comes after that. My watch was a bit, you know, I ran 21.5 kilometers, so 400 meters extra according to my watch. And with this pace, I get a time of 1:19:05 finish, which is a bit, it's still PB. So yeah, let's celebrate the PB and we'll be back to the finish line action in a second. But it's still PB, but not the time I wanted. And I was a bit confused with my wattage compared to the pace. It was aligned, but the distance of my watch wasn't good. So that's always a bit painful. And then if we keep on looking at the Strava, we have kilometer 14 and 16. As you can see here on the training peaks, you have that big climb here and that second big climb right here. And the third one around kilometer 19 as well. Not as long. These two here were quite long and quite painful, and they reflected quite well here in the pacing. 345, 348 kilometers, grade adjusted 343, 341. Heart rate was still under control, and it went a bit through the roof only around kilometer 18. 21, 22, sprinting a bit towards the finish line. But before that, the heart rate was good. And that is again shown here. Second half, average power 309 and heart rate 183. The power to heart rate ratio is 125, so still a very good number. Aerobic effort, exactly where I want it to be. And if I compare it against my half that I did in October in Brussels, which was a 1:19:19 half marathon, I had that 435 number overall. First half 569, quite high, 308 power, and then second half 307 power, 187 heart rate, a number that dropped a bit here in the second half because of the heart rate going a bit through the roof. Yeah, I mean, I improved on the half marathon compared to October, and that I'm happy about it. Let's go back to the finish line to celebrate some PB action and check a bit how it went for the others.
What a day! I would even say, what an effing day! How did it go?
So bad.
So bad? What happened?
10 kilometers exactly at the pace and then nothing in the legs. So, yeah. Shitty race. What about you?
10K, 36, 20K, 112, finish 117.15, but on my watch, not on the clock, and the clock counts, so PB, but so small PB. Yeah, that's how it is, but I must admit, I fought, and compared to Tokyo, I didn't give up. I had fun. Let's go! Congrats to Mathieu. Thanks a lot to these people for putting together a nice race. Honestly, the organization is good. The course is good, I would say. But some win.
Win and you are alone all the race, so like everything you have to do it by yourself. That's it. Tough one.
Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed this type of content. Let me know, would you like to see more data, more racing action during those race recaps? I would love to know. Enjoy your race today. Oh, enjoy your run today. Enjoy your race, enjoy your ride. Go beyond your limits. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.